All right, what's happening, y'all? Wait, Shay, I don't know where your camera went. What's happening, y'all?
Hmm. Hey,
We just wanted to do a
malfunction.
quick, we just wanted to do a quick little 30-minute live reaction to everything going on with the NBA boycott and all of that. You already know it's your boy Rico from Street Scores broadcast. Normally do this every Friday, 8 to 10 p.m. Of course, we're gonna still go on this Friday at 8 p.m. But we also wanted to bring this one. Shouts out to Shay for texting me. Got to give him his credit. Shay, what's your intro before we get into this?
I'm just saying you already know, but let's just get into it. Yeah, the NBA, as we all know, shut down games for today. Was Bucks in Orlando. You had OKC in Houston, and then the night game was going to be Portland and LA, the Lakers. So yeah, all games are shut down. All games. So not just the game going on right that was supposed to go on right now. All games are shut down.
Exactly. Yeah, they postponed everything, and so the official statements from everybody is that first of all, from Adrian Wojnarowski, the NBA owners and front offices didn't see this wave of player boycotts coming today. Hours ago, they all expected to be playing these games tonight. So literally, this is like brand new to them, just like us. Like they were caught off guard. I mean, I saw last night discussions that the Celtics and the Raptors may boycott their first game, which was like a little ways from now, like a week from now, maybe. And so it was like, okay, this may be organized, this may be later, but you know, everybody went today thinking, even with that notification last night, that we were gonna have games today, but this came out of nowhere.
Hey,
Um,
hey, the first team that has to do is the team that's in Wisconsin. So look, I'm glad Milwaukee
Makes
charge.
sense.
I'm glad the Milwaukee Bucks took charge and did this, take a stand. And you know, if they take a stand, you know LeBron is going to take a stand. Because when I saw Bucks in Orlando, I'm like, okay, there's no way LeBron is going to be playing if the Bucks are going to shut down. So yeah, like what Michael Starkey said, they won't listen until the wallets are affected. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not just about the owners, it's
That's why I
about
got this picture.
and TV revenue. Yep. Oh, I need
That's why I got that
the dollar
picture.
back. Yeah. And then it's also for our entertainment. They're not here for our entertainment. They're there to get the play. They're there to get paid. They want to win a championship. They're there to have fun, play their profession, but they're not here for our entertainment. So if they don't feel satisfied with what's going on in the world right now, they shouldn't be playing. And you know what? I commend them. And this is the thing about the NBA is that when the NBA does something, everybody else follows. The
Oh, you're
pandemic,
not lying. They're always in front of everything.
exactly. The pandemic, for example. Once Rudy Gobert got COVID, everything shut down. Not just the NBA, everything shut down. Everybody looked like it was a long shot, they shut down. So know what? The Bucks in Orlando are not playing. Who knows what's going to happen? Maybe we won't have any MLS for the time being. Maybe we won't have. I mean, we're probably still going to have the NFL, but yeah, Aaron Rodgers spoken out. The Lions also canceled their practice yesterday. Maybe the Packers, the organization, the Packers, going to speak out, and any of the cops will get arrested and not just be on administrative leave. So once the NBA does something, that's when everybody gets affected.
Yeah, I honestly, until you just said it, I didn't even think about the fact that other sports may boycott because of this also. Like not just the NBA. There may be other sports that boycott. And I know, I mean, it has to be so frustrating. Like you said earlier before we went live, like how you're in the bubble and you want to, you want to help, you want to go peacefully protest and everything like that, but just stuck in the bubble, so you can't really help. And this is literally the only way they can help and bring attention to the matter is by doing this.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah, like you said, if they will be out there protesting. Now, I think that's why most of the players are angry right now, because as you said, there's a lot of unrest with the NBA community. Is because they're stuck in a bubble. There's like nothing they can do about it. And some players are probably regretting even playing right now because Kyrie did not want to play at all. They,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
probably
Kyrie,
feel
yeah.
they probably feel the names on the back of their jerseys and the Black Lives Matter sponsors on the court, hashtags on the court are not really helping that much because this is still happening.
Yeah, I can see that too. But I mean, I definitely see both sides of the argument because it was good for them to still start up the bubble because they found interesting ways to bring attention to it, like you said, with the jerseys, the back of their jerseys. Even with like the foreign players who had it in like a different language. They had their like freedom and different things in their different languages. They had it on the courts. They had commercials, and then like post game interviews. Everybody was talking about it as much as they could, especially Donovan Mitchell, LeBron. They were super on it, and even Fred VanVleet last night after he found out about it after the game. He literally wouldn't answer any NBA questions. He only answered the question that was related to Jacob Blake, which is the one that Taylor Rooks asked. Shout out to Taylor Rooks. She's definitely one of the best reporters out there, and she's from North Atlanta, so you know what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be biased, but you already know what's going on with that. But yeah, man. So like
Doc Rivers.
You say what?
Did you see the Doc Rivers speech?
I saw it last night after they won. It has something to do with this?
Not well, yeah. It kind of led up to it. He just basically explained like, why are they even playing? It's like he's just saying like, what else can we do? What else can we do for them to stop hurting us?
Oh, okay. See, I thought I saw something about an emotional speech, but I thought it was more so like the Clippers bouncing back.
He was in tears. No, it wasn't about that. It was about Jacob Blake. He was emotional.
Oh man, I should have went and listened to it.
Yeah, and I think he had the most powerful speech. Like, I can't really paraphrase off the top of my head right now, but basically he was just saying like, what else can we do? What else can we do? To me, he kind of emphasized that they should stop playing, or that he should stop coaching for the time. That's what I got out of it.
That's pretty wild. Those are some truly impactful words and promises. I mean, it may not be a full-blown promise, but that is wild. That's even like a possibility. And I am glad that they're doing whatever they can in that bubble, because again, they can't go out and peacefully protest. They can't march or anything. So this is a good way to at least do, something and to bring more attention to it. But yeah, I mean, it's wild. And as far as Aaron Rodgers goes, I'm hearing something that Aaron Rodgers may even possibly go. What's it called? What's his name? Boycott. Like he may not play the NFL season or something like that. That's what I'm saying. I haven't seen it from him, but I'm seeing it from tweets. And then you already know. I mean, Aaron Rodgers plays in Milwaukee. Plays in Wisconsin, and he also has part ownership of the Milwaukee Bucks, which I didn't know about until literally just now.
That's part ownership with the Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah.
So yeah, that's really interesting. That's really, really interesting.
And think how much money Aaron Rodgers just alone generates.
Yeah, man.
With his
double check.
Yeah, discount double check.
Discount double check.
He's a quarterback. He's marketable. And then just for the state of Wisconsin, to me, like, I don't know the exact numbers how much Aaron Rodgers generates for that state, but I won't be surprised it's like LeBron James numbers for Cleveland.
Yeah.
Float. So if he boycotts not plays, I think that's even going to speak even more volumes than what's going on right now. Because
the NFL boycotting, especially somebody not black. Yeah, a white NFL quarterback, somebody not black protesting and boycotting, that would be crazy. That would send shockwaves.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just hoping that NFL just completely follows suit. I mean, they were kind of the first team to do this, like the Detroit Lions. Like as I mentioned yesterday, they didn't practice so they could protest. But I think I need to see teams as a whole, because honestly, I was looking for the Packers. Why the Lions had to do it? What happened to the Packers?
They're right there. They're in ground zero.
It can't just be one player, like your best player from the Packers. Like, why isn't the whole team? And that's the thing. The NBA is more progressive than other sports.
Always has been, even international reach.
When there was one player that wanted to be progressive in the NFL, what happened to him? He got blackballed. But even though ironically, that player is the one that started the NBA, started the protest in the NBA. And
exactly
the NBA. So yeah. So I was watching Pardon the Interruption yesterday, and Michael Wilbon was saying something. It was like, hey, I'm an old man. Well, I'm not me, but Michael Wilbon. He's an old man, and he's saying that back then that they protest and nothing happened. So he was just saying, like, how many times can you protest? It's not doing anything at the end of the day. These things are still happening. Well, hey, Michael Wilbon, we now got our answer. This is what's going to change, because how much money in the NBA, that how much revenue they generate, and if they don't play just for even one game.
Exactly. I mean, they already don't have fans, so this is just an even heavier hit. This is already like a
like you were talking about before we started the podcast, that there was people mad just because they bought a pizza.
Oh yeah, man. Bro, go to Twitter right now. It's somebody. I saw somebody that was mad because they bought pizza and they were like, "How dare y'all protest? I paid for my pizza. Y'all need to play y'all games." There was somebody else that was like, "I took off of work and the NBA owes me money." And just bro, Twitter is wild, bro. Twitter is a wild place. It's really a war zone out there.
The ironic thing is, this is what the NBA wants us to do. They want us to be angry, because now we can't use this as an escape. We have to actually focus on these issues. Even the people who don't care about it and tell people like LeBron and George Hill and Giannis to shut up and dribble.
Yeah, like, if you're mentally ill and racist and like the NBA, you're having a sad day today right now.
Yeah, I mean, look, I want to see the NBA games as much as the next guy, but like, look, I'm the first to say, along with a lot of other people, that they needed to do this.
Hey man, I literally had my link ready. Like when I'm doing stuff on my computer, I'll have something right here. Right now, I'm working on organizing my plant stuff right here. I was had anime right here, and I was about to pull up NBA right here. I already had the link ready. I gave it its designated space on my screen, and then I got the notification that there will be no games. I was like, wait, what happened? And then I realized, oh yeah, so I'm really happy about it. I'm so happy that they're making a powerful statement. It's another one of those like I don't know. It's kind of, like a lot of things that have happened this year, just in 2020 general. It's like, wow, like yesterday I would have never seen this happening. Like everything is weird. Like everything won't be the same after this type of thing. It's definitely one of them big, nothing will be the same after this type of things. I'm really happy about it.
Yeah, this has really been a revolutionary year, which is kind of weird to say because we're in the middle of a pandemic, and a lot of people could agree this is probably the worst year of their lives, but I don't think I've seen much change in progression in racial.
It's the most progressive. Technically, this is the best year we've ever had. Well, we've had in a long time, at least. We've had in a long time.
In our 20-something-year-old lifetimes, at least, it is.
Oh, yeah, easily, yeah.
Like and I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, I can speak for you. In our lifetimes, we haven't seen anything like this.
Exactly. I don't know. This is amazing. I mean, again, like you said, like you alluded to, there's been a lot of things wrong with 2020, but things like this are what's really right about it. And 2020 has been the best and worst year at the same time. That's what I would say. Really high highs, really low lows at the same time.
And look, I got friends and I got people I went to school with that say that sports don't matter. Sports are overrated. Like, why are we even wasting our time watching sports, watching these athletes? But we don't know how influential these athletes are. These athletes are activists right now.
Huge.
Because they have so the reach that Martin Luther King had way back when, if you honestly really think about it, these athletes could have more of a reach than the
a random kid in Beirut that just doesn't know anything about America except for basketball. He only knows about these police killings because of LeBron's tweets and the games being postponed. Just random kids around the world that literally don't know anything about America except for basketball, maybe rap music. That's literally all that really leaves America to like the depths of secluded areas of the world, places that are more isolated and not as, as interested in America. I mean, I know we're America, but everybody doesn't care about what we're doing all the time. And usually the only thing that makes it to those other parts of the world is music and sports. And something like this happening, it makes them more aware. Like, oh man, the NBA, I was expecting to watch this today. Now I can't. What is going on? Type of thing.
Yeah, the players are global influencers. So look, why like they maybe not have studied anything about politics or activism, or some players, most players don't really know too much about that. But just to use your platform at least to show that you care, to show that you're angry, to show that you are willing to take a stand and sacrifice your revenue, your money, your brand for this, that speaks volumes, because
It
that is
does.
reaching not just to Black people, but to people of different races as well, as you said, from the kid in Beirut, for as you said. So
Exactly.
not just that, just China, worldwide. Like, you see how influential these athletes are just for the sport that they play. So if they use their platform like they're doing right now for social activism, that's what's going to make moves. That's what has made moves in the past. So this is how, I mean, and they keep saying that players have the power in this generation. And it's not just in the trade market or with certain teams where players have the power. They could go whatever team they want. They got the power in this as well.
Exactly. I agree.
Activism and influencing, because they are the main ones that can start a movement.
Exactly. And you've seen, I mean, even with CP3 and Russ having whatever beefs they may have on the court, they met before the game to discuss like the boycotting and everything. So I mean, even people there are players that are like pretty much mortal enemies on the court that are willing to come together and be like, hey man, this is bigger than what we got going on. And they discussed about boycotting the game. And I mean, I'm happy that they did it, but the Bucks beat them to it, and so their game was just subsequently postponed. But still, shouts out to Westbrook and Chris Paul for even like meeting in like back in the locker rooms to discuss like the possibility of boycotting. And I feel like even if the Bucks didn't, the Rockets and the Thunder would have, because of Westbrook and Chris Paul. So it's great.
Yeah, and Chris Paul, like, great for him because he's also the president of the NBA PA. So yeah, so Chris Paul is also a person that if he needs to react to, and he needs to take a stand. So I'm glad that he did that. And like, who knows? Do you think there's going to be any more games that's going to be boycotted just today, or we're going to have? You think we're going to have any games the rest of the week? I want to ask you about that.
That is a good point. Honestly, I don't know. I was thinking about that earlier, and I don't know how far this may go. I feel like every team may at least take off one game, so they may do tomorrow's games also, just to make sure every team at least takes a day off. Beyond that, I'm not sure. It's we got to stay tuned. We really have to stay tuned, because I mean, I was hearing that players were distraught. Like, all of us are angry when things like this happen, and of course we want change. But I was hearing words like distraught and like players won't be able to focus on playing because of this recent incident with Jacob. So it sounds like it may be long term, even just because of things like that. Not even just out of respect. The NBA should just respect what the players want to do, which is not play right now, just in general. But also, even if they tried to force the players to play, their minds might not be in it all the way 100%, and they may not even give the NBA the best product that they're demanding the players to give and things like that. So I feel like it's just smart to just at least cancel maybe this week. I'm not sure. I haven't, it's hard for me to speak on anything looking into the future because I haven't just sat down for like an hour and fully thought out what they could do, how they can do it, how it can impact things. But I do feel like the next few days should at least be canceled because, again, a lot of players, I think the word was distraught, that like even if they were forced to play a game today, they wouldn't be able to give it their all because they're just mentally distracted and just really mentally exhausted by everything that's going on.
Yeah, I feel like this week is honestly pretty much guaranteed, or I know at least a couple of days are going to be guaranteed where they're probably not going to play. And you know what? I think they're going to keep doing this until the police officers involved in the Jacob Evans shooting gets arrested. I think that's what's going to happen. They're going to not play until something is resolved. And I feel like it is going to get resolved because, hey, you're going to have media companies trying to put pressure on police officers to arrest them as well. You're going to have owners with the billions of dollars they have putting pressure to get those officers arrested as well, because now the players are taking the stand.
Them owners are like, boy, I do not care about them black people, but y'all messing up my money right now. You need to arrest them police officers.
For real. That's true. That's true. So, like, look, it's not just this. This didn't happen before the playoffs when they were playing in a bubble. If it did, it wouldn't have that much of an impact. But this is happening during the playoffs. Like, and I'm in the stocks. Like, we already talked about this before. Right when I saw this happen, immediately DraftKings stock went down. Right when
matter of fact, I got you right now. I'm gonna tell you, keep talking. I got you. I'm gonna tell you exactly how much it went down.
It was as high as $40 today. And it was like $40. But right when I saw it, it just went down to 38. It went down to 38. It could be even lower right
now. At one point today, it was at $40. Right now, it is currently at $38.19. That is wild.
And it's dropping, and it's going to drop even more.
It's continuously dropping too. Yeah, it's about to just trend down for a while now.
So that's how much effect the players have. And Michael Starkey said it perfectly. And just wait till the corporate sponsors get involved.
Mm-hmm,
you know, the logos they got on their jerseys, the logos they got on their jerseys, wait till they get involved.
Yeah.
Nike, what is it? Bumble, like Bumble with LA Clippers, all the sponsors, all the random sponsors that they have on their jerseys. Because
they're sick and tired of it. They about to send private investigators to go get them police arrested. Nike about to send a Sherlock Holmes over there to get that done if they have to. They about to pay for Batman.
They're playing in Disney World. Disney as well. Nathan Foster asked the question, are the NBA ratings really down? Like, yeah, ratings have been down even before this, because it's just mostly with the timing of the games. Games start at 1:00, go throughout the day. Not everybody has the time to watch that. So ratings are down in general, but they're down. But hey, the NBA is happy they came back because they're still making money. They're still making revenue. The Microsoft webcam thing that they have in their games is a big hit. Yeah. But them not playing at all. That's the worst nightmare.
Well, it's terrible. They are struggling. So Nike should be furious. They should send some money of their child labors to investigate. Oh, that is it. Now Nike does need to, like, we need to include everybody, not just black people. That is crazy that sweatshop child laborers and stuff are still a thing too. So Nike also needs to be checked for that, whoever else is using them.
We just gotta talk about that more. If we talk about, you just talk about Nike, the big companies that use these sweatshops, we gotta talk about that more. Just like we're talking about
definitely
as well, so we could bring that to light.
Exactly. Everything needs to come to light. And again, like we've been talking about, money is big. Money, that's all you need to make change, and at least in this country. Money is what matters most. And right now, the NBA players are definitely hitting those billionaires' pockets right now.
Yeah, definitely. Mark Paul said this could slip into a dangerously domino effect on the economy. People need to be forced to learn early what your actual rights are and what the value of money is and why. So exactly what we're stating right now, and exactly with that logo. That logo is hilarious. That should be the logo.
Yeah, welcome, man. I went searching for that before we started going live. I had to.
Yeah, but this is.
Oh yeah, you seen LeBron was mad.
Oh yeah.
I can go get the tweet. Yeah. I'm gonna go get the tweet right now. As a matter of fact, let me see. LeBron James.
Whoa! Can we even show the tweet? Because I mean, he said some explicit words. So
that's a good point.
You know what? I'll just read it to you.
I got it. Well, you can go ahead and start talking about it, and I'll pull it up as you're going.
Well, yeah, LeBron is it was right there. It had the.
There we go. I knew Bleacher Report would come in clutch. I knew Bleacher Report.
Yep. Well, yeah. So Donovan Mitchell said, "We demand change. Salute to the Milwaukee Bucks. LeBron, of course, says, F this man. We demand change. Sick of it. And Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks said, proud to be a part of this league. Even more today, we want change. He's not even part of the bubble. So, like, even players like Trae Young, perfect example. Players who are not part of the bubble, you don't have to be confined in Orlando. You can make your statement as well and help protest and help speak out. And
I mean, again, if at the very least you're on Twitter and making your voice heard, like with these tweets they're having. Because again, I'm all on Twitter right now, and I'm seeing accounts with like 10 followers mad about this whole situation, just doing all of their complaints, but at least they're aware of it. They're knowing it's going on. They can't ignore it. And them being angry just shows that we do have that the NBA players taking this day off, the next few days, maybe the next few weeks, maybe the season, is truly at least making people aware. Even the people that don't care have to be aware of it. And Ivory, shouts out to Ivory, said players are standing tall. Much respect to the Greek freak. He started this by deciding not to play. So is that true? Giannis literally was like the first guy, like, I'm not gonna play. And then that's how it was a domino effect, or?
See, I don't know about that. Could be, but I feel like Giannis was the guy to sign off on it because I mean he's the MVP, he's the team leader. But I think George Hill was the one. George Hill had to be the one that originally started because George Hill was speaking out yesterday about it. He was one of the first players to speak out about it, George Hill. So I'm pretty sure. I think it's George Hill, the one that probably brought this up, suggested it. Oh, ESPN reported it. Okay, so yeah, ESPN reported that. Okay, so the Greek freak started this by deciding not to play. So I feel like he's the one that finalized it, and George Hill suggested it. But if Giannis is not playing, the whole team is not playing. He's getting that LeBron treat. He's getting that LeBron respect right now. If Giannis is not doing it, nobody's doing it. Same thing with the Lakers. If Giannis ain't gonna do it, LeBron's not gonna do it. If LeBron's not gonna do it, no one is gonna do it.
Yep, literally. It's crazy how much power LeBron has over the NBA as a player. As a player.
Yes, and then as my sister said, she said that the Raptors were considering it too, and I already saw that report.
Yeah, that started last night. The Raptors and Celtics were considering boycotting. So even if the Bucks didn't do it today, they were going to do it tomorrow. So, but shouts out to the Bucks for being the first team that plays today. So all of the games can get canceled today, and the games tomorrow can be canceled.
Yeah, they had to be the first team. They had to be the first team. You are from Wisconsin. If anyone needs to take charge, it's your state. It's your team.
Exactly. They're Wisconsin, and they're the first game up since like everybody's been made aware of it. So it was just a perfect storm of why they had to be the ones to lead this.
Exactly. So you know what? I'm glad for it. Like, hey, I know all of us wanted to see NBA games. We're all sports fans, but like, look, this is bigger than basketball. This is more important. So I'm glad that the players are doing it. Like we said, these players are influential. They are global. Once the players brought light of the George Floyd incidents, the George Floyd and Breonna Taylor incidents, that's when European sports, as in soccer, for example, Premier League, started putting Black Lives Matter on their jerseys, started doing their own protests as well. So they don't just affect just America. They are global. And Walker said Milwaukee Brewers are considering an MLB. Good, and Milwaukee Brewers should.
Hey, okay, great. That's literally what I'm looking for right now. I'm on my phone looking for any other news that's going on, any other big information, MLB stuff like that, NFL. That's literally what I'm looking for right now. Milwaukee Brewers, but that's dope though. Thank goodness.
And MLB needs to be progressive as well, just like the NFL. So, like, look, yeah, Milwaukee Brewers need to do it. And MLB, they need to shut down games too. Like, look, the NBA is doing it; they need to do it as well.
Mm-hmm. Michael said, "I love to see Adam Silver." Adam Silver actually seems like he kind of cares. He doesn't seem like the type that's like a hater and wants to suppress the voices of the players. I think he's actually, I think he's with us on that.
Hey, he's not Goodell. Like, yeah, I
think he's with us. Adam Silver's a cool dude.
If this is Goodell will just try to redirect the conversation or something. Adam Silver is real.
Oh, that's wild too. Inside the NBA is going to do just like since the games are canceled, they're going to go on at 6:30 and just do like their own, like they're just going to discuss everything. So that's really fine. I'm definitely gonna tune into that.
Okay. It's like, okay, I like it. I like it. I like it. They're probably gonna be just completely focused on this incident. But the thing that kind of gets me with inside the NBA is that sometimes they're even more popular than the games. So now
Yeah.
everybody's going to tune in to inside the NBA. So I'm just want to see, is that really helping? But hey, as long as they talk about these issues throughout, which I feel like they would, so that should be fine.
And Ivory, how are you finding all of this stuff? Like, are you on one central website that's just updating everything?
Oh yeah, I already know about the Detroit Lions. Yeah, canceling their practice. And yet a couple of players spoke out. Some former Patriots, like the Ron Harmon, spoke out. Trey Flowers spoke out. You had Matt Stafford also spoke out as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
So Matt Patricia, he was the first one to say, like, look, we're not going to practice today. We're going to protest. I mean, as for yesterday, we're not going to practice. We're going to protest. And that's what they did.
Let me see. So Lions have canceled practice, Bucks clears playoff game. I'm trying. I'm looking for anything else. This because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of stuff developing, but Twitter's a hard place to kind of funnel through. So I'm looking for more information that I can find.
I can help you out with that one. Let's see.
Let me see. Yeah, it's wild though. There's a lot going on right now. I mean, even this morning it started off hectic just because of Dan Snyder with the allegations that came up. That came up with him, like with the whole. Now he's actually tied into everything and with all the cheerleader stuff. And if it's true, he got to go. If it's really true, if he's really been involved in all of that, he has to go.
For someone who's not a Redskins fan, elaborate on that, because I was actually made light about that story.
Yeah, it literally just came out this morning. It's another Washington Post. I don't know like how Washington Post is doing this, but I guess they're just really thirsty to expose whatever's going on within the Burgundy and Gold organization. And if everything is true, then shouts out to them, big superheroes. Great job being a platform. But today there was an article. I didn't get to read it all because I've been busy all day. Like literally, me sitting down right now is basically the first time I've really sat down. And it's basically just talking about like Dan Snyder was also included in a lot of the bad things that were going on in the organization, like something with some photo shoot for cheerleaders. And like Larry Michael was also a big part of it, who's already, I mean, he retired before he can get fired, but he was about to be fired. They said that like he wanted some like nude pictures or photos or whatever from the cheerleaders for him to just keep like in his personal stash, something like that, something crazy. Again, I'm not exactly sure how true it is. We have to see. But if it's true, yeah, Dan Snyder, you got to go, bro. And it's crazy because this has been like my favorite. This has been my favorite offseason by far. It's actually been the only offseason I've liked as Dan Snyder as my owner. But if he has been for real doing all of that, he's got to go for real.
Yeah, he's finally looking like a good guy. The one time he looked like a good guy, all of a sudden this comes out.
Yeah, crazy. Oh yeah, he said Dan told the cheerleader to go to a doctor's hotel room. That was another thing. It was that, and like he wanted a personal photo collection or a video of some of the cheerleaders, like because they were doing photo shoots for the cheerleaders for like the calendars or whatever, and he wanted the photos and of like the videos when they were changing. Because when they're changing from one outfit to another, normally they just cut that out. They delete that part. But like allegedly, Dan Snyder, Larry Michael, and some other people like wanted to keep all of the footage specifically for that reason. Just random things like that. So yeah, I mean, it's wild. 2020 has been a super roller coaster ride in general, but today has been crazy.
Really, it really has. August 26th, just mark the day, August 26th.
Man, wow.
The players stopped playing. August 26, 2020. So there's more news coming out from Adrian Wojnarowski. He says that every NBA player is invited to join the meeting in the bubble at 8 p.m. to discuss how they'll proceed from today's boycotts. Sources tell Zach Lowe, the NBA, and me, and Aaron Wojnarowski, paraphrase. So also says emotions are raw. Players were already worn out of the bubble environment prior to the Jacob Blake shooting, and sources say discussions within teams are ongoing about postponing tomorrow's 3 games 2, and beyond. The season is in jeopardy, one veteran player tells ESPN. And Wojnarowski also said tonight's meeting with players at 8 p.m. will go a long way towards determining how the players will move forward for the rest of the season.
Dang, so, Paul George finally had one good game and the season gets canceled. He just caught fire. Just caught it.
Once we finally saw playoff P. I
hate that name, bro. You seen the meme where Westbrook and Carmelo laughed? They was like, wait.
Oh, no. I remember when they had that interview. and I was like, playoff P. Like, who called them?
I ain't never heard of that. When they start calling them that?
Playoff P. Like, from our memory, all that in the playoffs to me. So, like, what do you do to playoff P?
I remember when he was still with the Pacers and he got mad at who was that? CJ Miles or somebody for taking the last shot. He was like, I need to take the last shot.
Yeah, with CJ Miles, yeah.
Yeah, and then they showed the stat. He's like 3 for 18 on game tying, game winning bucket. It put it like right next to him too. It was crazy, bro. So yeah, I don't know where this playoff P came from. I don't know who started calling him that. I don't like it though. Wait, the USMNT and Toronto striker tweets at MLS following NBA strike. What are you gonna do?
There we go. Like I said, MLS needs to stop playing as well, and then the MLB need to stop playing as well. All active sports right now need to stop playing because look,
the MLB needs to stop playing because of Corona. That's first of all. They have no excuse to keep playing. They're fighting Corona and injustice from there, and if they keep playing.
Exactly. They need to shut down anyways before that, but now, like, even more reason to shut down. And look, if there's any active sports right now, it's going to make them look bad. It's going to be terrible. Not caring. So everybody, look, like I'm saying, once the NBA does it, everybody follows. Everybody
exactly.
Follows.
And let an international league in their games for us, and then some league in America doesn't. It's gonna make them look really bad.
They're lucky soccer's in a short off season right now because they probably would have done it too.
And Ivory said PG said the bubble had him depressed and full of anxiety, which equals he can't get to his weed. That's probably it. Paul George do look like the type to smoke all day, every day, right before a game and all of that. Just be playing high. And now he anxiety because he can't get to now. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of players going through that.
Yep. Shouts out to JR.
But yeah, that's wild. That I'm glad they're gonna sit down and have a formal meeting, and it's like an open invitation. If you want to come, you can voice your opinion, sit down to discuss how we're going to go moving forward. And also, I like the other side of the open invitation. If you just feel like you can't really handle the discussion, even though I feel like everybody should be there, but if for some reason you're just even more emotional about it, then you don't necessarily have to come type of thing. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, they're going to have an official meeting at 8 p.m., which is dope. So first of all, shouts out to you for reading that and letting me know that and letting the whole audience know, because thank you.
So yeah, we definitely gotta stay tuned. So yeah, we're gonna have more for our podcast on Friday. I'm pretty sure of that.
Oh my Lord, in the next 2 days? Oh yeah, it's about to be a lot going on.
We're gonna be low with content. So yeah.
Because we're supposed to be talking about stocks next episode. That was supposed to be like the main thing.
We're probably gonna talk about how some stocks are plummeting because of this.
That's a nice segue. We'll go from this, how stocks are affected by it, and then we'll just go into our stock discussion like we were supposed to.
Yeah, for real. So my sister asked, do you think Kendrick Perkins owes Kyrie an apology for what he said about players need to stop playing? Because I remember Kendrick Perkins said that really reason only Kyrie's doing this because he can't play.
That's what Kendrick Perkins said.
Basically a paraphrase. Why
do people always look at like the most negative viewpoint of anything? Why can't we just assume Kyrie actually cares? Like, why does it always have to be that? Why does it always have? It's always somebody that always looks at something in the worst negative way that I'm like, I would have never thought of that in 1,000 scenarios. So that's just wild. But yeah, Kendrick Perkins is out of line a lot of the time. I'm not surprised.
He needs to apologize for a lot of things. He needs to apologize.
It's a laundry list, boy. Ninja scroll.
You need to apologize for getting into broadcasting. That's what you need to apologize.
He needs to go ahead and just get a whole podium, set up a time and a date with a camera, and just go down the list of everything he needs to apologize for.
Well, there's a lot of players or a lot of analysts that could probably do some apologizing. I mean, Stephen A. Smith was also against it as well. But look,
I mean, but he was one of the people where I can kind of see his side, where it was like, NBA players, go get your money. The biggest impact you can have is to make your money and then use that money to for things that can help the cause outside of the NBA. So it was like, I mean, I could see both sides type of thing.
And Matt Barnes, he made a great point with this. He said originally with Kyrie, how players are going to get not players going to get distracted of, people are going to get distracted for watching NBA games. You know, like Matt Barnes said, like, hey, look. And he just said, like, it's going to hurt the owners. But Matt Barnes said, like, look, most owners, they already made their money elsewhere.
They're owning a team is like a hobby. It's more fun than financially beneficial.
It's leisure. Yeah, it's
leisure. It's literally like, let's just have some fun with this type of thing.
So it's not really going to hurt their money like that. I mean, it's going to hurt, but it's not like they're going to be hurting. You think Mark Cuban's going to be hurting when he still got Shark Tank and all the he got?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the thing is that like people with that much money get that much money because they care about every penny. So that's how you're gonna get the action out of them. But at the same time, it's not really hurting them, like you're saying. It's not just, I can't eat, I can't live in my $1 million mansion today because of this, or I won't be able to pay my, whatever they have to pay for. I won't be able to get my yacht for my birthday or whatever. Nah, that doesn't affect any of that.
I won't be able to feed my family, Latrell Sprewell. Like, they ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, nah, it's play money for them.
And then I made a point that for people, if they're not going to get distracted by watching the NBA, they're going to get distracted by something else. And then I said
2K.
2K. I said a thing with the August Alsina, Jada Pinkett Smith thing. People already got distracted by that. At least that's how I felt.
Oh yeah, things. I mean, no matter how big something seems, it passes.
Yeah. So I feel like there's always going to be phases, anyways. I feel like for the players, at least originally at the time, what they can do is follow what the Premier League did in England. Just put messages on the back of your jerseys and put commercials, speak out, and just keep using your platform. And then now with this recent development, this is also another way they can use your platform by not playing. They gave us a dose. They started playing again. When something happened again with our issues, with Black issues, when a person got shot 7 times, they're like, you know what? We gave you a dose, but this happened again. So you know what? We're going to stop playing.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even think about it that way too. Yeah, because if we would have just never had a bubble, then there would have been no thirst for basketball because it already died. I mean, people haven't had it for months prior to the bubble happening, so it wouldn't have had as large of an impact. It would have been more of like maybe a week of news coverage thing. But like you said, since we've actually been in the bubble, we just got to the playoffs and now it's being taken away. This was like the biggest impact you can have. And like you said, it's being strung out over the course of weeks and months rather than just one big impact thing. It's like several doses over time to make sure people don't forget, is regurgitated, is being forced back into their minds, into their lives, their spaces, their little bubbles where they get to live at, and they don't have to worry about what Black people are going through. Is being thrown at them constantly.
Yeah, exactly. So look, we're gonna see what happens in the coming days, and then we are gonna definitely cover it. And I mean, we're gonna have to cover it. We don't have any choice, so we're going to definitely cover it for our podcast on Friday.
Oh wait, the Milwaukee Brewers and Cincinnati Reds have reportedly agreed to not play Wednesday night.
Hey, you want to just keep doing this podcast? Because we're just going to keep having updates. We're really just going to keep having updates.
It is wild. This is crazy. I was planning on. I think I was going to stop at 6:30, and then I think that should be pretty good because that would be like an hour and 10 minutes. But yeah, it's gonna be constant updates, and whatever we don't talk about today, I'm gonna screenshot it, have it ready for Friday.
So on this day in 1870, this is what LeBron retweeted. On this day in 1874, 16 African-American men were seized from the Gibson County Jail in Trenton, Tennessee, and lynched by 400 to 500 masked white men. To overcome racial inequality, we must confront our history. Share this hashtag racial injustice. That is from the Equal Justice Initiative Twitter account. And LeBron retweeted that, says, they ain't even wearing masks anymore. That's a
good point. They're not even wearing the whole mask thing.
that one sentence is powerful. They ain't even wearing masks anymore.
They can just do it broad daylight, face on camera, face. You know exactly who did it. Doesn't matter.
And there are still people who are defending the police actions or saying that the players shouldn't speak out. Because, like, hey, if we still have people that can defend it or get outraged for the wrong reasons, then this is why they do it anyways. Because it's not a universal outrage. There's always still a divide.
And this is crazy too, because today is National Dog Day. So that's like at the very back end of our topics today. If none of this would have been happening, that would have been the biggest news. That's wild.
Really?
Today is National Dog Day. I gotta go give Brody a bone and a hug. But yeah, this is far more pressing matters. So forget that. But I mean, I'm just now learning that right now. I'm going to Twitter trending, looking for everything. I'm about to go retweet what LeBron just retweeted, what you just read. They ain't even wearing masks no more. Yeah, I'm retweeting that, and I'm going to the original tweet, retweeting that also. On the way to that, I saw it was National Dog Day, so that's pretty random in itself. WNBA players who were scheduled to play tonight gathered on the court with a very thoughtful discussion on whether or not to play games tonight. Does not seem decided at this point. I'm pretty sure they're just not going to play though.
Well, Chris Haynes from Yahoo.com says there's a sizable amount of players advocating to finish the season out since sacrifices were made to enter the bubble, believing the NBA platform is a useful resource in the social climate. So
it's basically the original Kyrie versus LeBron discussion again.
Exactly. So we have NBA players who are against shutting down.
Yeah.
And
I can see that.
I can say, like, yeah, I can't blame them. And at the end of the day, like, yeah, they're in this bubble. They feel like the social platform they're currently doing right now is helping them speak out. Well, like I say, like, yeah, I don't blame you, and I'm not knocking you for having that statement. I'm just saying for right now, at least temporarily, you should just shut down.
Yeah, I think a perfect middle is at least temporarily. May not cancel the whole thing, but temporarily, along with every other league doing it at the same time, I think that's the perfect storm.
Yeah,
because I feel like canceling it, it does take away. Again, the point you brought about earlier. If we just never had a bubble, then it would have been more of a flash than like a constant wave of this is in your face. Black people are being mistreated. You need to be aware of it. So like fully canceling the season today with no more games to where today can be the big moment. And then people that don't care don't have to be aware of it from today and beyond. I feel like that's less impactful. So I feel like a temporary, stopping it right now would be perfect. Like I agree with you. Special inside the NBA town. Yeah, so exactly. In the stream at 6:30, and I'm gonna pull up and watch that. And then we definitely got to talk about everything on Friday because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be things like this and that tonight, tomorrow, earlier in the day during Friday before we stream.
Might have the police officers get arrested by then. Who knows?
That would be wild. That would be wild. Yeah, I'm seeing so many players. So many players. Oh, and you saw the guy that went and shot some people, was shooting at the protesters
the 17
with a gun, and then the fact that he just was okay, he just had a gun, they just let him slide, and then he ended up shooting people. Now, of course, he's been arrested and charged with murder and everything. But then you also have the chief of Kenosha Police came out and basically, like paraphrasing, said that this is why we put a curfew on so y'all won't get shot. Things like that. Instead of looking at it the other way, like, no, y'all shouldn't be getting shot at. We need to make sure we, make sure that y'all can protest in peace. He basically was like, see, people are getting shot because y'all not following curfew, basically like that. So he gotta go, first of all.
That's a problem. Just the demographics.
It's terrible.
I just want to put it bluntly. It's like the whitest. It's one of the whitest states in the world in the U.S.
It's literally Milwaukee. Milwaukee is pretty black, and then everything else in Wisconsin is barely at all.
Yes,
Milwaukee's kind of like Atlanta and Georgia. Atlanta is extremely black. Has to be the blackest city in America, if not top 3. And then outside of Atlanta is the least black parts of America. It's crazy. Well, I think Milwaukee's just like that in Wisconsin.
And then that's why we have the governor we have right now. And that's why you go in the South, you see these they're flawed mindsets as well. They're bigoted mindsets. It's because of the demographics. It's like the police officer in Kenosha, like same thing.
Bro, the chief, the guy on top of everything, the one that's speaking at the podium.
And that speaks volumes to that whole department.
It says, following the cancellation of Milwaukee Brewers and Cincinnati Reds game tonight, more teams are discussing the possibility of not playing. Thank goodness.
Like, look at the demographics of Wisconsin. I'm trying to get the updated ones, but okay. So the demographics of Wisconsin, it is 86% white, 6% black, and 2.76% Asian. It's like it's and same thing with Milwaukee. It's happening in the whitest states.
Yeah, you're not lying. You are not lying.
I say Minnesota. In Minnesota, it's happening in the whitest states.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Not the least bit surprised. Yeah, you're right. Demographic affects a lot of things. I mean, just when people to your left, people to your right, the people you hang around with, your family, your friends all think a certain way, it just kind of becomes normal to feel that way. Doesn't excuse it at all, but of course, when you're just in a demographic like that, and most of the people around you in that demographic feel the same way, that's the way you were raised.
It's simple groupthink. That's what it is. It's groupthink.
Yep, definitely groupthink. But I am glad that, again, I think the perfect scenario is for them to temporarily cancel basketball, NBA, the playoffs, and also other leagues temporarily cancel their things rather than permanently canceling the NBA season. I think that's the perfect combination that they could fight with.
Said Chris Haynes has another update. Said the Milwaukee Bucks players will make a statement as a team outside their locker room.
Okay, bet. So I'm assuming that's going to be recorded.
I assume that's televised. Yeah, I assume that has to be.
So does that mean is that going to be before or after 6:30? Like, because are they going to do that during the NBA, inside the NBA?
I say
I'm assuming they're going to do it after.
Yeah, I say they would have to do it during. So I say they have to interview them. So I say during. It has.
They could be the one. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Wow, it's crazy though. It's just one thing after another. I mean, it went from being rumors of a team may not play in the playoffs to everybody not playing, and then there's a possibility that they may never play. Again, I hope they do come back at a certain point, because I feel like I agree with Seyi. It's more productive to just cancel some of the games and not cancel it all, like the whole thing. Gives them more opportunities to make people aware and use their voices and their power. So. But again, this is just, it's wild. Again, it's wild what are the biggest news today? Coaches getting fired, National Dog Day. Mm-hmm. If without all of this going on in front of it, those would have been the biggest news. And the Dan Snyder thing, I thought was, when I woke up this morning and saw that, I thought that was going to be the biggest news today. That's all everybody was going to talk about, even if you're not in Burgundy and Gold Nation. And that's even in the back burner right now, which I'm glad about. I'm glad this is taking the front page of everything.
And we even had our old roommate chime in, Nate, the rapper Nate. And I want to share this because he makes a great point. He says NBA players be under more pressure to create change than politicians.
Great point.
That's
Great
true.
point. They always mic in their face. What you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
For the NBA players, but not politicians who are literally supposed to do that.
That's their job. It's their job.
Literally in their job description. That's a great point. NBA players, don't let it be a rapper having something going on right now. Like if there was like a convention or they had like a concert or something.
Oh no. Oh, that's their whole fan base right there.
No boy, bro, crazy. That is crazy that we don't hold, that we generally as a country don't hold politicians to a higher standard and don't hold them more accountable on various things like this.
Yeah. And I think it goes to the fact that at least for politicians in general, at least for the more acclaimed politicians, need to be younger. It's just always the same demographic.
Yeah, I mean,
it's always the same demographic.
Generations, things always get better through generations. Things always get better. I feel like music and entertainment has a huge role in that. But yeah, things always get better generation by generation, and definitely having a younger, more open-minded politician would be very beneficial to just everybody in general.
Yeah, and I'm not even saying it has to be a different race, just younger.
Yeah, just man, younger. Just younger, more open-minded. Experience more modern life, not what used to be going on in the 50s and 60s.
Exactly. That's why we look at the players. So the players are young, they're diverse. We have it's a diverse league, mostly black players, but we got white players that are young in their 30s, and they're giving the same speeches as the black players are. Kyle Korver, JJ Redick giving the same messages that the black players are. Luka Doncic, who is Slovenian, is giving the same messages that the black players are.
Bruh, crazy. And you know, it's really crazy. Even just beyond this, anything black issues, it makes no sense for somebody 70 years old to have an impact on decisions that are gonna affect our country 30 years from now. Like that just doesn't make sense in general.
Really?
Just that alone. But then of course, a younger politician will be more open-minded and actually have a better viewpoint on the issues that are currently going on like these. I mean, you have politicians that probably don't even know how to attach a file to an email making decisions that are going to affect my children. Like that's such a problem. It's such a problem.
It's the American dream. That's what it is. It's the American dream.
It's such a problem, bro. That's really bad when you really think about it. Again, even just outside of black issues and us fighting for equality, even just outside of that just makes no sense. But then that included provides an even more colorful context as to why the way we have everything set up right now, infrastructure-wise, is just so bad.
Yeah. Like, look, if the politicians are not doing anything, that's why the players feel like they have to do something. Because of politics.
I think the governor, mayor, somebody of Kentucky somewhere where Breonna Taylor, like he's the one that literally could be the one to bring in the cops and get them indicted. He's choosing not to. I mean, he's a Trump supporter, of course. I forgot his explanation. I couldn't watch the whole video. But he was basically saying how dare you to. He was calling out Joe Biden for something. It was basically just ignoring the whole Breonna Taylor thing and was like, that's not an issue right now. We need to move on.
Like, in order to deflect in the U.S., everything has to be political. It's not a political thing. It's a justice thing.
Yeah, I mean, and just the fact that he's black, they always find that one guy that's black to speak and make it look like that's how we all feel. They just always get that one guy.
No. Yeah, and like, look, I mean, like, I would want more diversity, but at times, sometimes I don't even care if you are black. If you have negative ideals, if you still have these archaic ideals and these mindsets and defending what's wrong, then I don't look at you any different.
I think they're honestly a little bit worse. I think when they're black, I'm like, bro, come on now.
They could be able to relate to our problems. They could understand our problems, but they decide not to.
Come on, son. Buddy in Kentucky, I forgot his name, but come on, son. Breonna Taylor, bro. Come on, son. It's ridiculous.
Like that, Kentucky. It's Kentucky.
And it is Kentucky, man. Boy.
Well, let me see if we got any more updates going on. But
that's a good point.
Also, what we also did not mention, this is the 4-year anniversary where Colin Kaepernick sits for the national anthem.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Yep. This is wild. It's crazy how the stars align.
What are the odds?
That is wild. Oh, Jason Tatum came out with a nice message. Hold on, I can show this on the screen too. Matter of fact, to make it easier. How many points you score, games you win. Ooh, boy, wasn't ready for that.
Oh, you didn't see that. You did not see that.
That don't matter right now. Being a black man. Never mind. I moved it on my screen and then move it on the thing. All right, never mind.
You did not see that, YouTube. You did not see that.
Being a black man in America is more important. Being a black man in America is more important than what I'm doing out there on the basketball court. Using my platform, my voice to help create conversation and change is more important than anything I can do out there. When you think about a man being shot in the back 7 times with his kids in the car, it's way more important than anything I can do out here. Just knowing that his kids, they'll be traumatized for the rest of their lives, seeing their dad get shot for no reason. I couldn't even imagine how that's going to affect them for the rest of their lives. There's a lot of things way more important than what we're doing on the court. I mean, he did kind of say the same thing over and over again, but I like the message. I'm glad that everybody's speaking up. I saw, wait, did you see what the WNBA player shirts look like right now?
Oh, no, I want to see it.
I'm about to pull it up. It's crazy. I'm liking it. I like the message. Hold on. It's the bad. Hold on. Wait, what? How do you say his name? It's the. Oh. Hold on, I got it. Shouts out to her. I bet. Shouts out to her for tweeting this. Let me put it up here. I'm not even gonna give a clue what it is. It's just that's what they're wearing on the back of their shirts right now. Currently in the stadium.
That's powerful.
Yeah, man, that's fine. I like whoever did that.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I like that.
You know what? The male basketball players should wear that too. The NBA players.
Everybody should. Everybody. Yeah. I mean, hey, NFL too. Even if NFL, plays week 1 like they're supposed to in a couple of weeks, they should be wearing stuff like that.
Where can we purchase it? That's what I'm.
Yeah. Hold on. That's a good point. Where do we buy that? They need to mass produce that. But shouts out to whoever reacted on that quickly enough to even manufacture enough shirts for everybody to have on in the different sizes and everything. So shouts out to whoever did that. First of all,
how quick?
Yeah, let me like and retweet that first of all. But yeah, man. Yeah, super quick. Somebody was on it. Somebody was on it.
That is deep.
Just some of this stuff isn't happening accidentally. That's a good point, Mark Paul. That's basically what LeBron was alluding to, where they don't even have to wear masks anymore. That's in the same boat where, it seems like, they may be doing it by accident or maybe some type of mental illness, whatever. But no, it's literally they're doing it. I believe the chief of the police officers or whatever, and where the 17-year-old shot the 2 people and killed them. I believe at some point in his speech, he was basically giving an excuse that the guy that shot those people, the protesters, was mentally ill or something, like they typically do. You know what I'm saying? When a black person does something, he's a thug. When a white person does it, it's mentally ill. It's excusable. You know what I'm saying? They just went through some turmoil earlier, and it's always some excuse or something. So that goes in the same boat. And of course, like Mark Paul said, a lot of this is on purpose. It's calculated. It's not just, I'm mad, let me suddenly do this to black people. It's, a lot of it is pretty calculated. Especially with Buddy that was given why did they even have those? I forgot. They gave him the slightly mentally ill little black kid that was really cool and really funny and really nice. They gave him a super overdosage on drugs, and it's why would you even have that just out on a normal patrol anyway? So that was clearly calculated.
All of it's calculated. And look, I'm honestly surprised that police officers did this again, just 3 months after the George Floyd incident. You saw what happened to America after that happened. I'm surprised that the police were bold enough to do that again in Wisconsin. And I'm just gonna make point with Danny from LA. He says that he's so pissed boycotting doesn't make changes, education and voting does. You know what? I think
all of it, you need both. Yeah, you need all of it. You need all of it. Again, like I'm not sure if you were here earlier, but like we spoke about how like NBA players have so much of a voice. Like a random kid in Morocco that doesn't know anything about America except for what he sees in movies, what he gets from sports, what he hears from music. He wouldn't normally be aware of black people, unarmed black people getting killed by police so often. But just living everyday life. But because LeBron is now tweeting in all caps F this and all of that type of stuff, now he's like, or he was planning on watching some basketball this evening because basketball is in worldwide, football isn't. So they're like, wait, why are my games canceled today? And so they go and look up why, and now they know of the situation that's going on in America. So they're protesting and all of that. I feel like everything has an impact. But yeah, education and voting has a huge role in it. We definitely need more of that. I do agree with that, but I feel like we do need everything, and including boycotting.
Boycotting causes action. Boycotting causes a reaction. Boycotting makes things that should be done faster, done quicker. As in that logo, again, taking money away from their pockets, not just from the owners, but from media companies and their TV revenue, who desperately waited for the NBA to come back again.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, the Adrian Wojnarowski just said that the Milwaukee Bucks were on a conference call with Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul and Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes. So they're talking to those two very powerful people right now. So that's good. That's great progress. Oh, we're 2 minutes over 6:30. So we're about to go ahead and dip up out of here. Of course, like Seyi said, we're gonna super talk about this Friday when more news comes out, when we learn more about what's gonna happen and everything. Of course, y'all already know every Friday, 8 to 10 p.m. the podcast. All of this is gonna be the main topic, main thing of discussion on Friday. Along with some other stuff, like we want to talk about stocks and everything. But of course, this is going to be the main focus on Friday. And make sure y'all go tune into Inside NBA. They're going to be talking about all of this, with Shaq, Ernie, Kenny Smith, Charles Barkley. All of them are talking about it right now. They may be interviewing players. This may be like an historical moment. So that's why I'm trying to hurry up and get up out of here so I can catch it, because there may be some big things happening. Players might say something really, really powerful live. We may get some developing news that they can report. So, again, we're going to summarize, super dive into everything that's going on between now, what happens Thursday and what happens Friday before we stream. We're going to talk about it all on Friday, 8 to 10 p.m. So, of course, definitely pull back up for that. Seyi, anything you want to say before we get up out of here?
Well, I just gotta say, I'm glad we had this discussion, and for Friday 8 to 10 p.m. we are definitely going to talk more about this. So look, I'm just glad we had this discussion, had this impromptu live discussion talking about this, because look, August 26, 2020, 4 years removed from when Colin Kaepernick took a knee for the national anthem. This is sending shockwaves. Shockwaves. So look, I'm just glad we had this discussion, and we're going to tune in again 8 to 10 p.m. and we're going to give you more updates.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Catch y'all later. Thank y'all everybody who pulled up. Thank y'all for coming. Please like the stream before you leave, and thank you, much appreciated to everybody who's been communicating back and forth with us in the chat. Very lively chat. Love it. Love the opinions. Love the facts that y'all presented and everything. So really appreciate y'all. Couldn't have had as great of a show without the chat. So big shouts out to the everybody in the live chat also. Definitely have to give y'all credit. And again, catch y'all